I am a letter to you from God. Are my words pure? Do they ring?
Hey everybody, it's Michelle with the Living Epistle Project, and today I'm here with Modeline. Modeline, it's so good to see you.
Good to see you.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm
Awesome.
great. I'm great, and I have really great questions to ask you.
I'm excited.
So I'm really happy to talk to you about it. So one of the first questions I have actually is, you are the person who, I guess, birthed this idea of the Living Epistle Project. How did that happen?
Just one simple correction. The Lord birthed it to me.
Okay.
How did it happen? In law school, I think the Lord was I'm a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go to law school. In law school, the Lord set me apart where it wasn't hard for me because I'm naturally a standalone person. I decided a long time ago I was going to be cool all by myself because I was in a process to find out what life is about. And if my crowd is not going with me, I'm going by myself.
Okay.
So in law school I was set apart where, no offense to anyone, for me what I personally believe is when I'm a Christian, there's certain things I cannot do and certain places I cannot go and certain words that I cannot speak. As such, I stood out as someone who's weird, but for me, I call it cool.
Okay.
And so as such, my peers, my classmates, saw me as an outcast. For me, I was in the incast because I knew what the truth was.
Right.
I had this dream because even though I knew that it was cool to be me, but you're still young and you still kind of like, it would be nice to get people to get along with, have people around you. But the Lord did this for me. He gave me a dream where I saw that my classmates were throwing Bible at me, and they were angry and they were saying, "These living epistles." Like, as if they were upset with me because I was being a living epistle. And I leave it there. I'm like, oh, thank you, Lord. That's quite fun. I'm a living epistle. Woohoo! And I knew what living epistle meant because Paul speak about it. It wasn't until 2013 I came back to New York from... I was all over. I was in Virginia. I was in Kentucky. I was in Tennessee.
Traveler.
I came back home and I started to establish friendship. I volunteer with the BT Children Ministry at Brooklyn Tabernacle, and I met a group of people. We would hang out once a month, and I also met other people like you and Jerry and Catherine. Every time we met, what we talk about is really our testimonies. That's our we were not trying to put an act. It's just who we are. We just speak about our testimony. We share our testimony. And what came to me was, my goodness, these people are pretty amazing. They are just normal because I have lawyers, I have doctors, I have executive, I have human resource and hairdressers and ITs. They're normal. They go to the mall.
Everyday people.
Shop. Yes, but one exception. They have a God that is big.
Yeah.
And they go through trials. Our testimonies are pretty tough because when you're a Christian, you're going through trials. They go through amazing trials, but they go through life as if everything is okay and they're smiling and they're laughing. They're like, oh, I'm joyful. And
how could this be?
And I'm thinking, what is it about us, that make us go through life as if everything is okay, even though we have hard situation? And it came to be like, Jesus is the center. Jesus is the reason. And these people are actually Jesus' living epistle. And I thought God was giving it to me, but I thought, as you're thinking, God is putting things in your mind. How about we do video interviews of them and put it out there? I don't know, just to bless people, because I remember when I go through trials, I go on YouTube and I listen to someone's testimony, and they would be going through exactly what I'm going through, and I get encouraged. I'm like,
listen to a sermon or something like that. Yeah.
And I thought, if they can go through this, there's hope for me. And so I said, we're going to do that. But I put it to rest. I wrote it down and everything. I wrote it down until this year. The Lord was kind of like, okay, you've been asking for me to use you.
Get ready.
I'm using you. I'm giving you ideas. And if you're not going to use them, how am I going to give you ideas again.
Right.
And so I prayed about it, and I started, and I told God, listen, I'm doing this. And I talked to God like that, listen, I'm doing this. I said, I'm going to do this. Know that I will not be begging. You will have to provide the people, and you will have to provide the tools. I invite people, I tell them this is what I'm feeling, and God put the people in my head, and I sent letters out, and they accepted, and everyone was on board, and here's the Living Epistle Project.
That's
and the Lord is doing amazing.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I mean, such an impact. I think even for the people involved in the project, it's a great, just an impact and just showing how God is working in our lives, and then for other people to see that.
Yes. And God, what I love about it is that the first century church, God was there. God called people so He can use them and move through them. What changed?
Right.
Nothing changed. God is still the same God. People are still the same people, and He still have the same agendas. And I can see that He's doing that in you. He's doing that in me, and He's doing that in the other people in my life, and the other people in the project. So God is still the same, and He's doing the same thing. And I think He's wanting us to put it out there that He's still alive.
Amen. Amen. All right. Thank you for sharing that. I mean, I think it's just wonderful. You know, so in your own words, who is Modeline?
Modeline. Modeling what I say, I am a self-proclaimed Jesus lover.
Okay.
I am a self-proclaimed Jesus lover. I am an attorney. I am someone who get along with people very easily. I understand people.
Yeah.
I have to say I'm very flexible. Not that I let people do whatever they want.
Right.
I'm very flexible. I meet people where they are, so that I can reach them. I love playing with kids, you know, having fun with kids. I am all about purpose.
Okay.
I can recall as a child, while most of my friends are playing, I'm thinking, I have this picture in my mind where I'm like, hey, what's this about? What is playing about? Why am I playing? Why should we be playing? There must be a purpose. For me, it's like a purpose. I am on a journey to find purpose. And I also love truth.
Okay.
I love truth.
I think that whole combination too speaks to you being a lawyer as well, you know. So who is Jesus to you?
Ooh. Jesus is the reason life makes sense. Simply put, He's the reason life makes sense. Like I've told you, as a child, I was not like everyone. For me, I was not put in this world to just be in this world. I was put in this world because there was a purpose. It's strange, as a child, even though I could not put it into words, I understood that's what it was about. That's how I was thinking, I'm here for a purpose. And when I look at life, I don't see life as most people see it. Like, I mean, trees are beautiful, life is beautiful. I don't see the big deal in it. I'm thankful for them, but I don't see they don't move me. There must be something deeper that moves me. And there must be, for me, I test things.
Okay.
Don't tell me a word and think that I'm going to take it. You have to prove that it works. I don't stand on broken promises. If it's broken, I don't want it.
Right.
I've put Jesus to test. From the very beginning, I said, okay, you will. Okay, I'm born to you. You're in my life. But let's do this. Let's show that you will. And with my life, He has proven that, okay, baby, I am well. He has proven to be truth. That's why Jesus. You take a girl who was born in a third world country, who did not have parents to support her education, who came to the United States at 15 years old, and you take her, statistics say she is supposed to be a single parent on welfare. I'm a lawyer. How did it happen? That's why Jesus.
So, you know, and speaking of that, you talk a little bit about your background, and you know, what else do you want to share about your background?
Well, like I said, I'm from the Caribbean, and I'm an island girl.
Yeah, go island girls.
I'm an island girl. I am the youngest of 5 girls. I have the best sisters a girl can be born into. My sisters are very supportive. I'm the brat of the family. I'm the brat of the family, and I'm a lawyer, like you mentioned before. I'm a lawyer, and I'm a Christian, which is why I'm in this project. That's pretty much my background.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you meet Jesus?
How did I meet Jesus?
Yeah.
I was born to God. There was no but and if about it. I just have to experience Him for myself. But I was born to Him. I was born in a Christian family. Prayer meeting was at my house. My dad was a preacher. Prayer meeting was at my house. My mom was a missionary. If I wasn't going to church, there would be service at my house.
Right.
Every day. And I would be sleeping every Friday night at some church. My mom forcing me to wake up, but I would be sleeping.
Right.
I was singing for the Lord all my life. For me, one of the things, being a perfectionist is not good for the most part. I am a perfectionist by trade. I'm better now. It's always bad when you're a perfectionist, but one thing my perfectionist trait did for me, I recognized the best when I saw it, and God was the best.
Okay.
Now, I was born in a Christian family. I was not going to go to the world. I had no desire to experience the world. God was the God that I was born into, the God I was supposed to serve, the God I was supposed to pray to, the God that was supposed to take me to my destination, to my journey, the God that was the God of my family.
Right.
And I wasn't going to go away from it. But it wasn't until my last year of college. Life became...
Yeah, what happened?
Life became... You know, when I said I was all about purpose.
Yeah.
Now, I'm graduating college.
Yeah.
There needs to be something. Something need to happen. What is life about? And as I'm trying, because things need to be in place for me. And I'm not seeing things in place yet. And I'm like, why? I started asking these questions. What is the purpose of life? My life shook. Nothing really extraordinary happened. It's just that in my church that I was going to, my family church, it wasn't okay anymore. I started to see that this is not what Christianity is about. I had everything. I was like a singer at my church. People wanted to follow me. I was graduating college. So I really basically had
things going for you.
Yeah, but something was missing. Something was missing, and I questioned God. I started to question God. Church wasn't going as I planned, and I told God, why am I singing for you? And why am I doing all this service for you? Now I'm not kind of that I'm doing all these things for God. Why am I doing all these things for you and you're not making things work out for me? I went through a deep depression.
Oh wow, really?
Deep depression, where life wasn't worth it. Now, because I was strong in my family, I was taking care of my mom when I was 16 because she wasn't well.
Okay.
I could not let people see that.
So you had it all inside.
And at night I would cry to the Lord, but I was really blaming Him, not crying to Him. I was like, you're not really that good. You're not really that good because I'm singing for you. People in the church are criticizing me. They're jealous. And I'm depressed. Life is not okay. So what is this about? But I was crying to Him. What He did, though, what I found amazing is that I was blaming Him. But He sees my heart. He saw my heart. He saw that I was crying for help. He came down, actually. The way it happened, I was watching... Facebook wasn't the popular one at that time. MySpace was. I was watching. I was watching a clip about the end time, and there was a girl whose family was pressuring to take the mark, and she says, "No, I'm not going to take the mark." And she's like, "I'm standing for Christ. I'm not going." Eventually, one of her sisters came to her and says, "Why don't you take the mark? Don't you love us?" And eventually she caved in and she took the mark. As she's taking it, the whole earth started to tremble. What I saw, though, was that even the people who were in charge did not have a place to hide.
Right. Right.
And I said, God, I don't want to be one of these people who doesn't have a place to hide. And so I got up the next day. I think it was a Friday or Saturday. I went to the Brooklyn Tabernacle. To go back. I spent 6 months
Right.
without going to church because I said, because I'm all about the real thing and the truth. If I'm not saying it, I don't want it.
Right.
I'm not going to the world because God was the best for me. But I'm not going to these people. I'm not going to church.
Right.
But then after I watched that video, I went to the Brooklyn Tabernacle and they started to talk about Jesus. And Jesus became not the God of my family, not the God that I prayed to, not the God that can do things for me. He became a real person. He became cool.
Oh, God. Okay.
And so I fall in love with him and I'm now Jesus freak.
Okay.
That's how I met the Lord.
Wow. You know, we all meet the Lord in different ways, you know. Do you have a Bible verse?
A Bible
It's a go-to.
A go-to Bible verse for me. I have a lot. It depends on what situation, because we go through a lot of trial.
Yeah.
It depends on the trial that I'm going through. But one Bible verse that covers all for me is Romans 8:28.
Okay.
God works all things for the good of those who loves him and are called according to his purpose. All things. The good,
Right.
the bad.
The bad, right.
So it covers it all.
Yeah.
That is my favorite verse.
Yeah. Okay. And what about a song? Is there a special song that you like?
A
that
special
speaks
song.
to you?
I love song. I love music.
Do you want to sing it?
I'll sing it for
Okay.
you. But music for me, that's one of my gifts. When someone is going through something, when I used to lead worship, the Lord would just put a song in my heart and then I sing it, it touched people. So depending on the trial that I'm going through, the song come out. But one of the songs that I run to is I Need You every hour. It just covers it. Because my prayer is always, I'm walking in the street, I need you, Lord. And I really do. I need him every single moment. So that's my favorite song.
So you want to sing a little bit?
I'll sing it.
Yeah, sing a little bit. Come on, do it, do it.
I need you. I need you, love. I need the every hour, Lord. Every hour I need thee. Oh, bless me now, my Savior. I come to you. I come to you, my Lord. That's my favorite song.
You know, where are you like right now?
Where am I right now?
You know, where are you now, and sort of what's your next?
I feel like I am at the edge where God is just gonna do everything He promised. That I've been through the trials,
Right.
and He's going to do everything now He promised, ministry-wise, career-wise. Spiritually, I'm still want more of God.
Yeah.
I don't think I can never say I am at a stable place spiritually because I'm still hungry.
Yeah.
It's always kind of fill my cup, Lord. Fill it. I present it to you today.
Right.
I want more of God, but I know I love the Lord. I know the Lord is writing a story with me. I know He's in my life, and I have to say I'm stable. I have a great group of people who are around me. Family love me. I'm okay. I'm at an okay place, contentment place.
Okay.
Expecting for the Lord to do what He promised, and want more of Him. That's where I am.
And the Lord, I think, always has more. Right? You never know what's going to happen. You know, next. And, So Madeline, you talked a little bit about this in your testimony when you went through depression and things like that. I mean, what would you tell someone who's going through a similar situation?
What I would tell someone who is questioning life, questioning what is the purpose of life, and questioning whether God is in their life, would be whatever you have, whatever the questions that you have for God, no matter how big it is, whether you say, no, God, I don't really believe you. Show me that you exist. Whatever it is, tell it to God.
Yeah.
Don't pretend. Don't put it in a Bible-y way.
Right.
Just plainly cry out to God and say, you know what, God? Life sucks.
Right. As it sometimes does.
Life sucks. Because as you calling out to God, as you talking to Him, He sees what the heart is really. I think it was Elijah who was saying, God, you know what? Kill me. Because,
right.
Like, kill me. I don't want to live. God was seeing that. You know what, baby? You just need rest. Okay?
You're under stress.
You need rest. You really don't want me to kill you. What you need is rest. So I'm going to send you somewhere to rest. So what I say is that cry out to God. Whatever question it is, talk to Him as if He's in front of you. And don't sugarcoat the words. Don't perform. Just open your heart. Because if you have a questions, you don't open your heart, you don't ask Him the questions, how will you learn?
Right.
He's the only one who has the answers. And if you don't open up, you will not learn.
And He knows what's in your heart already.
And I love Job. Job said, let me reason with God. Let me tell Him everything that I'm going through.
All right. So Madeline, who inspires you?
Who inspires me? I have a lot of people inspire me. But the core of what inspired me from them is when they are all in God. Because I am a Jesus lover, I am a soul lover, I'm a God stuff kind of person. When I see someone is not playing Christianity, you guys inspire me to do the Living Epistle project. Apart from God, you being around my life, because I saw that you took the Bible and say, this is not just a book, it's actually applicable to my life. Let me see what it does when I actually apply it to my life. When you take the Bible, when you take God and say, I'm going to try God. And make it real in your life, that inspires me. But there are, for me, two people who stand out the most. It's my mom. One of them is my mom. She was that person who was kind of like, God is going to be my life. I'm not going to play half or halfway. I mentioned earlier that she became sick when I was 16 and I became her primary caretaker. As such, I was going to the hospital every other day with her because she would have chest pain, heart problems, and things like that. Through her suffering, she went through it with the joy of the Lord. It's kind of like she understood that just because you are a Christian doesn't mean trials doesn't come to you. It's just that Jesus is going to be with you through the trial. She wasn't saying, oh my goodness, I'm sick, but she was kind of like, this is my lot. But there's one thing that's more important to me, and that's Jesus. And I'm going to hold to Him. In fact, when I was going back after my 6-month break from church, when I was going back to church, one of the things I asked God is this: if you can give me half of the spirit that my mother has, I'll be okay. And then another woman who inspired me is Sister Joelyn Hart, who is my mentor. This woman, I think, is the older version of me. She understands my brain. When I go through trial, I call her and I'm explaining to her what I'm going through. It's like God gave her the words to just speak to me. She's full of wisdom, not wisdom from the world. It's like she understands the Bible. It's like she have a scripture for everything that I'm going through. And she's real. And if she doesn't know something, she doesn't know it. But she let me know that it's okay. God is in control.
Right.
And she lived
Always in
Christianity.
control.
For me, she lives Christianity with her family. She's been married for over 40-something years.
Right.
And I go visit them, right? I hope she doesn't mind me talking about her private life. I go visit them. Her and her husband, they still lovey-dovey.
Right.
They still loving each other, and they still, doesn't mean there's no, I understand marriage is, you have to there's
work
some challenge, you have to, but they still love each other. You can see like, babe, how are you, baby? I love that.
Yeah.
And her family, her children's are women, men after God and women after God. So she inspires me.
Okay. Sounds like a wonderful inspiration. So in your own words, in this Living Epistle project, what does it mean to be a living epistle?
What does it mean to be a living epistle for me? It's basically to take the Bible and make it applicable to your life. And let God be evident in your life.
Right.
It's not Christianity nominally by name. It's actually a lifestyle. For me, being a living epistle means a lifestyle, which means, as I'm talking to you, I'm not pretending.
Right.
This is my life. God is my life. Doesn't mean I don't work. I go to work. I'm a lawyer. But in my work, I stand apart because I have a different belief system. It's not only a belief system. It became me. It becomes me. It's a lifestyle. Being a living epistle means it's a lifestyle of holiness. Not according to what we would say holiness is, but according to what God says holiness is.
Right.
So that's what being a living epistle is to me.
Okay. And what is the story that you feel that God is telling with your life?
The story that I feel God is telling with my life. It's not complete yet, you know that.
Not yet.
But it's a story of purpose. A story of purpose, as well as a story of God saying, prove me, and I will show you that I am real.
Okay.
And take the Bible and ask me any questions. That's what God is saying. Put it to test, and you will see that it is real. You can stand on it. It's also a story of there is truth in life. There is purpose in life. It's good in life.
Yeah.
And it's also so that you are going somewhere. You're not put in this world to just be here. Right. There is a purpose. It's the purpose thing. It's also a story of learning to trust God.
Yeah, the trust is
it's also a story of learning to trust God. But it's also a story of God can do amazing things when you say, God, here's my life. And you're really serious. Here's my life. Make something out of it.
Right.
It's not easy. By any means. When I first started, when I said, God, actually, silly, you're going to laugh at me. I'm like, I'm going to prove that you can be young, beautiful, and successful. You can serve the Lord. Amen. That's what I set out to do. But the Lord was kind of like, Modeline, I appreciate your heart. You want to give me your best.
Right.
But your best is not enough. As well as your best is not really what I'm looking for. I have my own plan for you.
Right.
And I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. And when your heart is sincere with the Lord, no matter how hard it gets, or it hasn't been hard in my life.
Right.
It's been hard, I've lost my mom and other trials.
A lot, sure.
Other trials, but what I've tasted of the Lord far outweigh the trials that I've been through. And it's making me say, yes, Lord, I'll follow you through the trials. So it is a journey of when you give your life to God, He really does something with it. It's not easy, but what He does is amazing. I say God is weird, but He is a genius.
Right.
His ways are definitely not my ways.
Yeah.
I'm logical, I think, but God does things upside down, and I'm like,
wait a minute, how did we get here when we started here?
Exactly, but when when he's finished, and I'm like, oh,
You're like,
yeah. Okay, I could not think of it like that. So
yeah.
the story God is writing is a story of purpose, that He is real. That's my story.
All right. Well, taste and see that the Lord is good,
Yes.
right? Right. So thank you, Modeline.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Here we go.
I am a letter to you from God. Are my words pure? Do they ring true? Do I say kindness, forgiveness, and peace? Do I read Jesus to you? For I am a living epistle, God's special messenger of hope. I must preach Christ at all times,